I understand that. So if I click play, maybe it works. There it goes.
Ooh.
Just a little bit behind. That's fine.
Yeah, about 30% is good.
Okay. How did you say I turned this down?
The in Discord, the mythical bot, you can right click it and just turn the user volume down.
All right, sound seems to be working. Egg salad. Turn him down to 15. Jeepers. He's loud.
I got mine on 13. It's perfect for me.
You must have
Holy
Discord
shit.
lower than you guys because I have it 30 and it's good for me. My overall volume's lower.
Kappa, you should be able to select him and hit mute on him. Just mute him completely. You might have to move your phone up and down or something, but there is a way through the app to do that. All right, so Mirren's camera is done. Now to fix trace.
He can't select a mythical bot.
That's bad.
Okay.
It'd be hilarious if he was in a patient's room and all of a sudden his phone just went blaring with the music.
Walks out, that patient goes, "No, come back, that's good music."
Can't hear.
This comes over. This comes over. This comes over some more. And this comes down. And this comes up. Oof. Bet YouTube's having a fun time with this big old trace in their face.
He can't hear anyone except for the music. Poor Kappa.
Really?
Damn, Kippa. The app should have a way to mute him.
I was messing with it on my phone and I couldn't actually select him individually.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Let me double check.
I mean, the phone app's not near as robust as...
Okay, so that's what it is. Yeah, It's not as robust at all.
You can't mute one person.
Yeah, you can. You actually have to click on the All right, let me get that out of the way so I can type.
All right, trace is done. Quasi group, that's all done. Okay. You are now here. Unlock, unlock. While I'm still fixing all this, who wants to do the what the fuck happened last time?
I already have inspiration, so I think someone else should do it. I don't need inspiration.
We pissed God off with what's that one spell? Slow.
Fuck yeah, you did. Fuck that
But-
spell right in its fucking anus.
We chose to fight the two big guys, killed them both with a liberal use of slow and a couple other spells. And then as we were going into finding a place to hide, to rest, Frostmaiden talked to us and told us she's not appreciative of us being in her home. And the place's security increased. So this is going to be fun. I know I'm missing more, but that's the parts I remember.
I mean, most of
We
it was the
investigated
combat.
the enchantment tower. It was kind of rickety and falling apart. As we got inside, we found that there was messages scrawled all over. Looked like it was done by enchanted mops, putting a message that said, I forget the lady's name. I forgot to write it down. The high enchanter,
Vera.
Archmage, yeah, is all work and no play makes her dull. And then as we ventured up the tower, the messages changed and started getting darker, culminating in the crown knows all. Scrolled across the top of the door. We found the message written on the wall, which we assume there is another part to, but we don't know how to identify that yet. The message was fourth, coax a secret from another. At which point, Kappa found that the High Enchanter was still alive with the crown on her head. And when he removed the crown, she momentarily sprung back to life, like consciousness, screamed something about saving her soul, you need to destroy the crown, and then Kappa promptly put it on his head and wouldn't take it off. And there was some shenanigans with the crown moving about. We decided to leave the tower. As we went down, we found that Kappa couldn't leave the tower. The crown caused him to freeze in place. Zarcius used Mage Hand. Or maybe it was Mirren. Somebody did something to get the crown off of...
Mirren succeeded and took the crown off.
This is my story.
I am taking that credit, damn it.
Ivera is the girl. It was the character's
Enchanter.
name up there.
Yeah.
And managed to free him from the crown, at which point we kind of left it there. Villain had stepped out, only to step right back in and said, oh yeah, them tappers are outside. And Trace decided to like casually nonchalant just like walk out and be like, nah, fuck you guys, I'm supposed to be here, only to promptly get fucking whacked by two hammers. Then combat started, and after we killed the tappers, the city put out an alert that the security level was rising, but in the middle of that message was interrupted by the Frostmaiden saying, no, this is my home now, and what are you all doing here? And that's where we left off.
Why did you say that so quickly? I'm not done with the cameras.
Sorry.
I mean, the message...
Well, for some reason, Mirren feels like they need to make stuff up because that was my story and totally not what happened. and
Hey,
I will
you-
fight anyone who disagrees with me.
You left out the most important part where we pissed off God.
No, I mean, it was combat against the tappers. Every spell under the sun that could debuff them tappers was used. Marigold
yeah, it
took the
was.
beating on behalf of pretty much everyone, minus me. Also, I summoned a Fae by drinking my Netherese healing potion, at which point it caused one of the tappers to dance, only to be interrupted by Alton, who, if I wouldn't have unsummoned the Fae, would have attacked and probably killed him.
Friendly
Hey.
fire.
He was innocent. He didn't know.
Innocent, huh? Oh, my
Oh,
mandatory ice cream
all-
taste.
Alton
You know
thought he
what?
was being helpful.
The phrase "ignorance is not an excuse for the law" comes to mind.
How
Mhm,
does a
mhm.
a magic user not know?
He's
That's
been
Oh
good.
frozen
no,
for
I'm
a
sorry.
1,000
No,
years.
we gotta explain it away. He doesn't remember because he was trapped in a time field.
That's right. He's been
Well, yeah,
frozen
yeah.
for 1,000
Still
years,
as
so
good. But it's still
he
pretty
didn't know. He didn't remember.
Yeah.
Wait.
Mhm.
You were stuck in a time field. That means you still think it's that one day you got frozen, so you should still know.
wow.
Oh, he's got you there. Got you there.
Gotcha.
For you, time has not passed. So this is true.
I don't know. He may know that time went by.
We need a DM ruling on the properties of the time field.
Oh yeah? What's the DM ruling you're looking for?
I mean, does the thing stuck in the time field perceive time passing normally, even though they can't move, or is their time entirely frozen?
No, they do not perceive time.
There you go. So you
Just-
would remember everything.
Just as though you were petrified. You are not aware of anything.
Which means, out of character, he's been lying to us this whole time.
This whole time.
I knew halflings couldn't be trusted.
He has been trying to sucker us up so that we can fall for all of his traps. He's like, no, I don't remember stuff. I've been stuck in time, but I could still see
In
it.
time.
Uh-huh.
Now all we need is to figure it out in character. We can have ourselves a good old-fashioned hog tie.
I need to
Cap is
figure out-
looking awful hungry.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Time for a halfling luau.
He's infected with worms.
Kappa doesn't care.
For Kappa, that's just extra flavor.
Mhm.
That's protein.
Appa's almost as bad as a lizard person when it comes to eating. They're not picky.
No, actually, I would say now Kappa's worse than a lizard person.
Yeah, with this
There was a
new...
point where they were better, but now they're worse.
Yeah, with the recent addition that above table we know about, but actual characters technically don't. Yeah, he's worse now.
What? He's fine.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure.
There's not a new feature on him that has a very interesting name that gives him may or may not be abilities.
Right.
Right.
There's a meme here I really want to use, but I don't know if I could pull the voice off.
Just shoot your
Fucking
shot.
send it.
Did you wash your ass today?
Nah, you cut out. I couldn't hear it.
Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen.
There we go. I am almost done with these cameras, guys. One more.
Many cameras. Poor Kappa. The one person in the chat he can't silence is the mythical bot.
That's weird.
That is weird. Can you guys mute the bot? Is it a permissions thing?
I did it on my phone.
Okay.
I can do it both on my phone and on computer, so I don't know what the issue is.
Oh, that's weird. I can mute it because I'm listening to it through my headset. I can mute it and turn it off on my... That's cool. It could be I can do it because I'm actually listening on the PC too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
doing
that
it.
could be it.
It works on mine, and I can do just about anything I want to it here.
Alright, now let's see, turn everybody's cameras back on.
One thing he said that I don't remember fully. It's going to bug me the rest of the night.
What's that?
The secret that Kappa told me.
He told you.
He told me he's not a lizard person, but he said something else after that, and I forgot what it was.
You didn't write that down?
Well, I know what it has to do with. I just don't remember specific.
I will send this to you.
Shame.
I know, I failed miserably.
Okay, I didn't write down anything either.
Trace to
Usually I write down the important thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I do is bullet points,
That is what
and
I
then
didn't remember.
and then like secrets and stuff are all written down. That's it. Bullet points, secrets. Pretty much it.
Okay, got it. Move up. Thank you. Okay. Oh man, I really got to move that fucking camera. This new screen is just too fucking big. I mean, I guess I have like you guys like over here in my screen, so maybe moving that this direction would be okay. I don't know. It's all, hey, do I get any boogers? That's what you can tell with my glorious fake beard.
When you have the Viking helmet on.
Do I still have no background?
No,
You
your
do now.
background's
Your
back.
background's back.
Background's there.
It's pixelated into oblivion.
Not for me,
Awesome.
it's actually quite clear.
Yeah, it's clear for me too.
Yeah.
It's running at 720p for me.
Well, let's come here. And all of these characters need to just be deleted because they aren't real anymore. And we are Rime of the Frostmaiden.
Are we able to do what we did last time and barricade this place that we entered and get some sleep?
Mm-hmm.
Hard no. Set the position and let's activate you.
Yay! Oh, your wonderful glowing light still there.
Yeah.
We got purple and pink and like a whitish red.
Yeah, I don't know why the red never came up. It just, for whatever reason, it's just staying white.
And that's red.
Fucking bastard.
It is red.
It wasn't red before, and it didn't want to. Every time he tried making it come up, it wouldn't come up. It would stay dark.
There's like an orangish for that one. What are the other ones? Oh, this music's super quiet.
Oh wow, it got really cool.
Appa's probably happy it's really quiet.
I'm turning him up to 44 now.
I just told Kappa to crank the volume on his phone down and crank all of us up.
Let's see. Yeah, those are the light sources that you remember. All right, so yeah, last time you guys fought a couple of giant tappers with some good. I use that term very loosely. Good usages of
Crowd control
slow
effects.
and fairy fire and some banes. My guys who hit like fucking trucks, as Trace can attest to, weren't able to truck hit anymore, which trucking pissed me off to no end. Okay, let's just call it out right now. Trucking pissed me off.
I think there was 1 or 2 uses of silvery barbs as well. So the couple of times that they would have hit, they did not.
Dear sir, your silvery barbs can get fucked.
There were some Bane involved as well.
Yeah, fucking
Mhm.
Banes. You're all Banes, but Bane you. Anyway, successfully defeating those things and getting the fuck out of this place. You guys came up to this establishment figuring, as far as anything up here is concerned, the seemingly most defendable, as far as at least, a good majority of this building is completely cut off by ice and snow. You got in. Villain started preparing the spell for the tiny hut, the bubble area, if you will, and then some of you in a language that 2 of you understand. The voice came across saying that the tappers and their numbers I don't remember right now, were marked as deceased and increasing the threat level. And then the Frostmaiden was like, hey bitches, what the fuck you doing in my home? I'm gonna eat you. And that's kind of where we ended. So we pick up with Villain still preparing the dome, but she's looking around like, what the fuck are we doing?
We're still preparing the dome because we need rest bad.
I mean, is the Frostmaiden continuing to talk, or was it just cancel that because you're in my home and I'm going to deal with you, or...
She's no longer talking.
Any other alarms going off in Netherese?
Nope. All alarms have been silenced.
Hey.
That's probably
so-
not a good thing.
I think we all need a rest though, and that this is the closest, safest place we're gonna get. So I suggest we just quickly take a rest before something worse comes.
Well, it could have been something very generic where she just silenced the alarms and said over the intercom that we're here. She knows we're here. She might not know exactly where we're at.
Which is why I'm saying we should take a rest here now before something worse gets here.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Eventually, the dome is popped up, and then within the dome, then Marigold pulls out the tent, and she goes inside.
I'm going inside.
Promptly plops onto a couch because she's got big ouchies.
And I'm going to use my last spell to give her a little bit of curing.
I'm going to sit down with this thing, this baton thingy that I have, and cast my identify spell on it while I'm sitting here. Because I can do that for free.
This one I have it linked to? Damn, both of them were fucked. Jesus.
So how long does it take to attune to something?
A short rest is how I do attunement.
Okay, because I wasn't here this session before last, and so I didn't get to attune to the giant strength belt.
Well, you guys haven't actually taken a rest since you got it. You guys have gone from one tower to another tower to a fight to another tower. Like, you guys have been pretty like, because you took the belt off of the Kender and just haven't had downtime, because after that you were creating a steel door that never got used, and then
We used it. We shut the entrance off.
Yeah, for like 10 minutes before Trace comes back and you guys take off to the sky dock area thing. So
I mean, 10 minutes was a short rest. That's all we needed.
All right, I'm gonna attune to it then while we're taking the long rest.
okay. Xarxes, you're casting Identify on this thing.
Yes.
Excuse me, I hope this works. Let's see, if I click this and click this, can I click Reveal True Form and does it work? Yes, it does. So you have identified what is called the Conductor's Baton. This baton has been through the rise and fall of Yithrin. Found in the Grand Theater, its only wish was to finish the musical piece of a lifetime. You succeeded in fulfilling its wish. As such, some of its abilities have been granted to you. You feel as though, if your bond with it increases, so too will the boons it grants. Phase 1. While used as a spell focus, this grants its wielder +2 to all spell attacks, damage, and spell save DCs. Phase 2 grants access to
Music which boosts your party, able to cast Hero's Feast at will once a day. Fucking hell yeah.
And then Phase 3 grants access to musical masters of all time, able to bring forth the spirits of musicians of old. They grant you advantage on all spell attacks and a disadvantage to your enemies to resist your spell. This feature is as though you are concentrating and lasts for 10 minutes or until you lose concentration. That's also a one a day. I didn't put that, but that's a once a day thing. Pretty fucking badass, though, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh.
However, you could not have your sword in one hand, and it's just going to be too. There's no way in Foundry to tell the +1 and the +2.
Well, yeah.
So-
So I can wield both, but I only get the benefits of one essentially.
Basically, yes. Well, what we would do is I would remove the bonus effect of the Rapier of Entertainment so that you'd still get Thaumaturgy, but not the +1, +2, and we would just keep the +1, +2 for this. And I would remove the attunement requirement for the Rapier as well, because the attunement requirement was really only for the +1 bonuses,
Okay.
not for the spell. So that way then you don't lose the Rapier, because you still need a weapon, and you don't want to really lose Thaumaturgy, because that's kind of fun, but there's no way in Foundry to be like, I want to use this, or I want to have this, blah, blah, blah. Or just delete some shit, edit some shit, and call it done.
Knowing what this thing is now, and since we have time where we're going to be resting, I'm going to literally be holding this thing tightly to my chest while I sleep because I want to bond with it. And that's the best way to bond with it.
Oh man, oh this steak is so good. Oh, that cracks me up. That's fantastic.
Oh,
All right, so in that case, let's just go ahead and do not required here, and remove the effect for the rapier. And instead, we will equip and attune this. And I need to add its level 1 effect. Excuse me. Yes, the baton we got from the concert hall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spell attacks. Spell damage. Melee spell attack. Melee spell damage. And spell save DC 22222. Update
Off,
save
and off,
changes.
and off.
So that's what I'm doing, is sleeping with the baton. What are you guys doing?
It looks like you're taking it off, grabbing it, taking it off, grabbing it. I am attuning to this belt and then going to pass out cold.
Spell save DC 21.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that some crazy shit? You're gonna tune to the belt. Cool. You should be able to equip it and tune it.
Yep.
Is there for all intents and purposes, guys, if you take a long rest here, long rest goes without a hitch. So you can hit your long rest button. If you are a spell preparer, you can change out your spells. Marigold's gonna get some sweet health back. Kappa doesn't need any sweet health back. He does need some spell slots back, so let's long rest the Kappa.
What?
all my sorcery points came back. Yes.
That reminds me, Alton. Something I'm not sure if it's gonna work. I hope it's gonna work, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Is
Okay.
your elemental affinity? Before it for sure did not work. However, now, if you cast a spell that does cold damage, you should get a pop-up asking you if you want to apply the bonus damage. Before you hit yes, you have to select the target you want it to hit. So if you were to cast any kind of like for example, Cone of Cold, where that's a cone in front of you, it attacks multiple targets, your elemental affinity only affects one.
One of them. Okay.
Right. So you'd have to make sure you untarget everybody and then specify which one you want the extra damage to go to, and then hit yes or okay when the pop-up comes up.
Okay. But for like Ray of Frost, it
Ray of-
only addresses one character.
Correct. The pop-up should still pop up, but you could just default say yes because you're only targeting the one. It's only when you're
Correct.
doing ones that are a group of enemies that you have to be like, and fix it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're the only one who has that little extra, and I hope it works. It should work. I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, basically, it's where I'm at. We will see. Well, after a long rest, Kappa digs into his bag of colding.
Is he finally going to feed us?
Well, you say that, but he's gonna look around and go, I don't have any more food in here, and I'm hungry.
I still have rations.
Yeah, I still have rations.
Okay.
Do you need one, Kappa?
Yes, please.
Alright. One for me, one for Kappa. So I'll mark 2 off.
Excellent. Yeah, Kappa used to have 84 pounds of troll meat. He's gone through that in the few days since that incident.
Wow.
Kappa eats a lot. A lot more than he used to.
Could always go back and hack up a tapper.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm sure that stone flesh is real good.
Oh yeah, that's right. They turned to stone. I forgot about that.
Well, the bubble's gone, and you know, you guys have rested. You can't really tell what time of day it is. There's no sunlight. You feel pretty confident. There's totally not a trap waiting for you outside as you've been resting.
8. So our plan is to head to the red lighted tower, correct?
The red light district. Yeah, let's go.
Red light district. Yep. Alright, perfect.
I'm just
Okay.
just to kind of make some things easier for me.
Trace, do you want to scout ahead or do you want to just lead us that way?
Response. I can scout ahead if you wish me to.
I'm just a little worried about what was said before we went to sleep, so I don't know if we should look around or just sneak our way to the tower.
Response. You all cannot see without light, so there is not a lot of sneaking that goes on.
Can see in the dark.
I have to have light, so I have light on my ring at all times, but if you guys want to be quiet, me and Kappa can sit back here because I also know he needs some light. We can just sit in the back a little bit.
Response. Mirren is not quiet. He shakes like a tin can in the
Ching
wind.
ching ching.
So Mirren stays with me and Kappa in the back.
Marigold says, I'm relatively quiet and can see in the dark.
I mean,
I
I can't
can-
see in the dark right now either. But
Marigold has 240 feet of dark vision.
well, it's because she's got a magic eyeball.
It's a true
I
statement.
only have. Am I the only one with natural dark vision?
Probably.
Yeah,
Look
I
at your
think so.
fucking strength of 21 now, you fucking foxy fox.
Yeah, as long as I'm not in fox form.
Um,
Maybe I'll
Okay.
hit something with my mace.
Response. I would be able to scout ahead quicker if I was by myself.
okay.
That's fine. I'll stay back here. Who knows what trouble my brother would get into?
Now I can be fairly stealthy too.
I would say
Uh,
this, but I can't see, so I'm pretty sure I would just bump into things and it wouldn't go well.
Like, if you guys are having that conversation, Trace is already gone. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're basically walking slowly with light and everything, while Trace has already like got ahead of us. Woohoo!
Well, if you have light, I'm not gonna waste a dark vision spell.
I am going to walk a little bit further ahead so I can actually see a little bit further ahead than the light gives. How long does dancing lights last?
You have to cast it every minute.
Casting a chain of lights to keep going?
Yeah, so you cast it. Basically, by the time you've walked past it, you're casting again. Walk past it, cast it again. Walk past it, cast it again. You just
Just have it where I just flick my fingers as I'm walking.
Yeah.
This is why I like light, because I can just cast it on the ring, and it's up for an hour, and I'm just like, woohoo!
Okay. So T race, you're going firsties. You're going upskis.
Yep.
Give me
I
that sweet,
should
sweet
also
stealth
be able
stats,
to move
too.
at normal speed while stealth as long as I'm traveling by myself.
Right.
So Mirren was next.
Yeah, well,
Well,
he's in like the front of our group, just so he can
Yeah.
see a little bit further.
Yeah, and I'll be right behind him.
So the rest of you, I'm just going to move you as part of this group. So just don't worry about moving until I will move you. Trace, are you following the main road, or are you going through these buildings? What's your plan of attack here?
Going off of memory, it would be quicker to go through probably on the main road, but if we're trying to be sneaky, we're probably going through the buildings.
Okay, so we're moving you back up here. That's fine. Uh, let's see. Passive perception 27. Fuck off and die. You can see even with the fact that some of these towers have some light and some of them just they don't. There, automatic. There we go. You can see how far from this to you is it? Wow, that is not what I wanted. Just wanted the measurement tool. Thanks. 300-ish or so feet away. That there's a light flickering in we're using this map, northwestern-ish direction. Light
So it's
just flickering.
So it's to the from where I'm at, it would be to the left of the red light tower, correct?
There, can you see the tiny light now?
Yes, I can.
So I'm not going to make it flicker. Just imagine it's flickering. Can't really tell too much, but yes, you know that it's kind of a more southern direction from the tower that you're looking for. It's just some strange light. I don't know. I presume you keep going.
Correct.
Right. Then I'm going to say that you are here. And at this point, all the chuckle doodads are here. Oh, well, you get normal speed. That's right. So you're going to be more like here. Let's see. All right. So Trace, as you get closer, are you going closer to the tower, closer to the random light in the middle of the road?
Well, I'm closer to it. Do I see any, like, do I see what's generating the flickering light?
Looks like a street light.
Looks like a street light. Is it buzzing? You know, just like the bulbs kind of going out.
Give me a perception check. You're 60-ish, 70 feet away.
A
Yeah.
normal one, since I specified.
Correct. This is sound. Show
Yeah.
normies.
Classic horror film light bulb flickering.
It's really funny that I can roll a 1 and still get a 13.
That's horrible.
It's like my performance. If I roll a 1, I still get like a... No, I can't roll a 1 because Jack of all trade.
Yeah.
Never mind. Doesn't work for me.
Who knows? It's a street light, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's weird that it's flickering. You don't hear anything from it at this moment.
It's like Mad Max. This is a trap.
Could be.
Anything else of note, other than the flickering light near the red tower that I personally know what it is, but Trace maybe doesn't?
Well, as you kind of looking around from the range you can see that the tower itself that you're kind of heading towards seems to have like, it looks like the top of the tower is shaped like an axe blade. And you can see the red light flickering out the window overhead.
Is there any strange debris patterns around the tower? Is the base cracked like the previous one? Is the door open?
Let's see. Are you going to walk around? Because you're still some. I mean, you're still some distance away.
I gotta wait for the rest of the Chuckle Buddies to show up. So
Okay. All right. So, walking around, the door is closed. You don't see any structure damage on the outside here. But you do notice that there are, a few more emerald-colored, reflective things in the dark watching you.
just a few more, like they've doubled.
Yeah. Maybe 10 or 20 more.
Oh, okay. So we're up to like what, 75 or something now?
You got it. And they're not like right up on you. They're on different distances. It's just the strange reflection and the fact you have dark vision. It's like looking out outside and seeing like the strange eyeballs in the forest looking back at you like, oh shit, that's just my dog. Or, maybe it's a cougar. It's going to eat you. Who knows? But just that situation.
Or maybe
but
it's
you
just
know
a
that.
shit ton of nothings.
I mean, the reflection is a big orb, so it could just be a bunch of nothings. Who knows? Now, do you stay and wait, or do you go back to the I need light to see gang? Or do you go in?
Can I see the next tower from here? Like around to the north of where we're at? Like going around, just because I know what the original map looks like. Up this way.
Yep. All right. Let's see here. Now that you're over here, can you... Let's make this. Yeah, we kind of want it to stand out. So maybe if you zoom out, can you see over here?
I can see this one.
Okay.
And I can see this one.
Okay.
And then I can also see transmutation and illusion and enchantment.
Okay. Oops.
Alright, I can kind of see that one. Barely.
Because you're on the north side of this tower, of the big one in the center, I'm going to say that you can see this green and this one further down. You can tell that as you're kind of like looking through these legs of this tower to see these other ones, as you're looking through this massive tower, there's a strange shimmer to the light, as though there's something there.
Fair enough.
Something is like between where you're looking and it distorting how things look. And I mean, distances. I mean, you even. I mean, you got your dope ass eyeballs. I mean, they're all within that mile. So I mean, you know the city fairly well. So you give me a history roll. With advantage because this is Ythrin shit.
Apparently like 13.
You know that this in the center is not one of the 8 pillars of magic towers. That it's who or whatever ran the city's tower, whose name you don't remember. So there's still one tower that whose light you either haven't seen or
It's kind of pieced out. Or
and
it's
maybe
buried
it's
under ice.
yeah, I mean maybe it's pieced out or is buried under ice. But so far you've identified or at least seen the lights of 7. You've pretty much guessed what most of them are. Any guesses on green light and then white light?
White light, I would have. Are you asking me or are you asking Trace?
Trace. Oops, I didn't mean to draw another light. I
Um,
mean, you guys had the guy's sparkling magic above his head.
Mm-hmm.
well, then I would guess the white light is probably necromancy. Blue light is abjuration. The green light would be I don't know why I'm having such a hard time thinking about this. Yellow would be conjuration. I I can't believe remember. Oh well, doesn't matter.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Do you go inside? Or do you wait?
No, I will wait.
Okay. In that case, let's move the group. Rest of you are at the tower. See a tower? It's pretty tall. Top of it looks like the blade of an axe. It's got a super, super cool red light coming out of its top window. Fairly certain it's totally not booby-trapped and gonna kill you. What do you do?
So this one, I have a feeling this one is booby-trapped, actually, because it's evocation, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's what I thought. Which means in my opinion, there are probably runes on walls, ceilings, floors that will go boom. That's just my opinion. It's definitely a possibility. So keep your eyes out as you enter. All right? I'm not going first. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, okay. Everyone's here. Trace will open the door and walk inside.
Excellent. How do you open the door?
Is it a double door or is it a single door?
Single door.
Oh,
I'm
well,
at least 60 feet away when he opens the door.
Is it a handle or is it a knob or what are we dealing with here?
You don't see a handle or a knob.
Is there a groove where I have to insert a disc into?
There is not a groove where the key goes into.
I would like to. I know what I want to do, but Trace wouldn't know. He'll just push.
Okay, it opens.
Cool.
Whoever's in the lead, I'm staying at least 60 feet behind.
Wow, hurtful. I
right.
walk inside.
So we're having Trace first, probably then Marigold. Alton's probably inquisitive.
Yep.
Kappa, Zarcius, Villain, and that's about good enough, I think. We'll have that be the this guy is the light source. We'll move him down. That's our marching order there. All right, good enough. As you go into the tower, Trace, and eventually everybody else coming in, when one of the people with light walk in, that's when you see it. With dark vision, you lose so much detail. But once light has kicked on, you can tell that the interior of this tower is damaged. And it seems like the damage is from fire, lightning, acid.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that the spiral staircase that ascends the topmost, chamber, if you will, if this one follows like every other one has, almost like they're boring in their construction and everything's the fucking same. The stairs have bits that look melted off. Some that look like they just exploded all out. And so these stairs don't look as in shape as others that you guys have all seen.
Okay. Alton is little and weighs very little. So if he goes up next to the wall, he's going to take 2 steps up and then stop. And just kind of looks around and feels the wall, see if it feels any weird, anything going on, or whatever he can see.
Okay. Give me perception. No, hang on. Give me investigation check. This is more investigative.
Is there anything else on this first level other than just
destruction? No, just destruction.
Knowing evocation quite well, can I tell where the damage originated from, because that's probably where we need to avoid.
There is so much damage. There is no way for you to tell a single point where this may or may not have come from. The damage itself looks like it came from all over.
I had a feeling there was multiple sources. Right.
Alton with your 19. Other, the stairs, even though there are bits that are broken and melted through, if you're against the wall of the tower, are still really
Right.
solid, or seemingly that way. And then the tower's cold. It doesn't feel warm or strange like the other ones were. This one's cold.
Is there anything on the walls? I mean, like etched
No,
into them or written on them, or
no sexy love notes on this one.
um, it's just stone? Is it stone on stone? Is
It's
it
that strange material that you have not been able to identify. It's not stone and it's not metal. It looks like some kind of mutation in between. It looks too smooth to be stone, but it seems too rigid to be metal. It's alien. It's like
okay?
everything
Well,
else that this place has been built out of.
I'm gonna turn around and tell the group that the stairs seem very solid so far, even though they're damaged. We could probably go up if we need to.
I'm going to make a suggestion. I know I'm pretty sure more than one of you have this ability to detect magic. I would suggest someone use it as we go up the stairs so that if there are any traps, which I'm pretty sure there's going to be, we will see it before we actually trigger it.
I have one for seeing invisibility, but nothing for detect magic.
I
Oh
think
no, I do have detect magic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I trained out. I didn't prepare that one this time.
Um, well, let me go ahead and cast that. See if there's anything going on.
Does Kappa have detect magic?
Nope.
Oh no, he has dispel.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. Boom. All right. Well, as you focus up and have your detect magic eyeball going on, you guys begin marching, if you will, up the stairs. And unlike the previous one, this one doesn't have a center platform. The stairs just go up and up and up and up and up until you get to the topmost spot where there is a double set of doors with a center point looks like something could go into.
Okay. Question. Why do I have a target mark on Trace?
Because you targeted him. You clicked on him.
Oh,
You got the key trace?
Response, I do. And I'll go ahead and set it in the door.
All right. Push it in the door. It swivels around. Energy comes up. The arcane sigil for evocation appears on the door as the energy. And as that door opens, Alton, your detect magic is just ping, 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 as you're getting multiple pings of nope, 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 of well, evocation magic. Just everywhere. As soon
No
as that door
way!
opens, you're just everywhere. Evocation magic.
Inundated.
Yes.
Inundated with magic.
Yes.
Now, does it seem like it's harmful? Does it seem like it's, or is it residual, or is it?
It's evocation magic. It could be all of those and none of those.
Okay.
It's hard to you just know the school. The school is evocation. You know, like some abilities that you have are of evocation in nature, which
Yes.
usually are the ones that make you go ouchies.
Right. I let everybody in the group that's up there know.
And I see signs of someone setting up like a small runic circle or anything that would be a trap that, people use with evocation a lot.
Give me a perception check. As the door is opening, though, you guys can see the interior of the room is illuminated with red light.
I wonder if we throw something in there, if it'll blow up.
A 20.
Ooh.
Cool. You don't see anything yet, but you haven't walked in either. As for what you can see right here, you do not see anything that's going to say that is the rune of Blow Zarcius up.
Yeah, I know what evocation is and I know what it can do, so I'm just going to step down the stairs and be like, all right, good luck, everyone. Let me know if you explode. Let me know.
I will take a step in the door and retrieve the key off of it.
Okay. As you take the key off and head inside, you can see that this room is a 30-foot diameter octagonal chamber. You can see red orbs of light dance like fireflies around this chamber. A large, unlit brazier stands in the center of the room. And eight 10-foot square alcoves line the walls, each filled with ice. The arched ceiling is covered with icicles.
Well, I haven't blown up, so that's a positive. So there's no candle lit with the flame.
Nope.
Or is there another way to go up further?
Nope, there's not another way to go up, but you
Okay.
do see the 8 firefly dancing lights around the chamber that are red.
There's 8 red lights that look like fireflies, or dancing like fireflies, because there's
Dancing.
a difference there.
They're
like
dancing
fireflies.
like fireflies.
There is also 8 alcoves that are 10 feet deep on each one of the walls that has a thing of ice
That
in
is
it.
correct.
And then there is a brazier in the center of the room that is
Yep.
unlit.
Correct. And the ceiling is covered with icicles.
Well, you said the arch. Is the whole
The
ceiling
arch
covered
ceiling.
with icicles?
The
Okay,
arched
so it's like a
ceiling.
so it's all right. Arched ceiling. Was it like a
It's like a-
dome because it's octagonal?
Yes.
Just covered with icicles.
Yes.
Okay.
And
well,
let me clarify. It doesn't specify how many orbs. It just says red orbs of light dance like fireflies
so there's
around
just
the
a
room.
bunch of them.
Yes.
Fair enough.
So, more than 8.
Sure.
I would like to go ahead and start walking around the edge of the room looking for any writing on walls, because the precedent has been set.
Give me a broken perception check that you're going to totally beat this DC on, and I'm going to have to tell you what you do or don't see. Fuck, I mean, Jesus. Even with trash like that, you're still like...
Hold on. I need to make it worse. I just wanted to let you know that for the text flag for my perception roll, you spelled sight wrong.
Why do you hate me, Trace?
That's great.
Can you answer me that? Like, why do you hate me?
I have to know how he spelt it.
He put sight like a location, not sight as in vision.
Oh, SITE.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
There, I fixed it, jackass.
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
You're
I
welcome.
read it and I was like, what is this reference? And I was like, I got it now. I figured it out.
Well, with your broken 21, fuck. As you're looking around the chamber, like nothing on the walls is really catching your eye. You're looking up and around and seeing those orbs and the icicles. You can see that on the ceiling behind the ice, there seems to be some kind of inscription, but you cannot make out the detail.
Fair. I assume that now that I've pretty much walked around the room and haven't blown up, the others would like to join me.
I'm gonna go into the room and
Hang on, I'm sorry. One of the blocks of ice has a humanoid skeleton in it. Yeah, that's the only extra thing that you saw with your perception. Sorry.
Could I assume in character that I would know who that possibly could be and try to remember their name? Because another precedent has been set.
You know what?
As
You can
in,
give me a
it's
history
the high
roll.
evocation master.
You can give me your advantageous natural one history roll. 14. That's not bad, actually. As precedent has been stated, at the top of each of these towers seems to be the high wizard of that school. If this is the same, then there's a chance that this body, skeletal remains, is the high evoker Zadulis. I, of course, will copy pasta that in there. Yes, Kappa,
Thank
we
God
are
I would not
inside.
have spelled that right.
Mirror's gonna go in and fondle the brazier and see if there's any way of keeping a continual flame in it.
How do you see if there's a way to put keep a continual flame? Like,
If
what do you do?
there's any kind of flammable material inside of this brazier.
Um, I would say that the brazier looks like there's like old petrified wood in there.
Hmm.
So
Hey.
maybe.
Hey Kappa, can you come put fire in this?
Okay.
Well, I can't put fire in it. I can put fire everywhere else, but in a single point.
As soon as he does that, this brazier just erupts with heat. There is no way Kappa put that much fire in this thing. This thing is burning with a magical intensity that as you're looking around, it is starting already to melt the ice in this chamber.
You know, back up just a little bit. I'm nice and toasty. I'm enjoying the warmth, but I'm gonna let this water melt and see what happens. Of course, y'all let Mirren do his own thing. He's gonna. I was curious what would happen. Now I know.
Now you know.
but it is nice and warm in here.
Indeed.
You do realize you could just stand near me and you would be nice and warm already, right?
Yeah, but now we got this nice bonfire in here. Starcia should come on up and enjoy it.
I'm
Kappa,
staying just
the
outside the room, thank you.
Kappa, the ice in the walls just looks like large large sections of ice, and one of them had a skeletal body that I don't know if Trace ever shared if the name or not.
No, I did not.
Is the ice is melting? Where is all this water going?
Into the room.
Um, is it filling up the room?
I mean, no, you're not
Maybe
going to
it's-
have like a massive puddle of ice, no.
Okay.
So how fast is this ice on the ceiling and on the walls melting?
I mean, it's enough that you guys are visibly seeing it melt.
Okay.
Like, given maybe, 10, 15-ish minutes, and you're uh, probably going to be good.
I'm gonna wait 10 to 15 minutes to see what happens.
Okay. What is anybody else doing?
Just watching it melt to see if there's anything behind this ice that is gonna leap out and attack us or do
I mean,
weird things.
there's definitely that skeleton. It could totally come out of the ice and attack you.
Yeah, but there's other ice in here. So,
Uh,
we have to kind of keep an eye on all of it.
You know what? With you being Mr. Ice and Cold, I will tell you that those 8 blocks of ice are not melting. It is only the ice in the ceiling that is.
Okay. So, as it is melting, is it revealing this inscription that's underneath it?
Probably. Maybe. Hopefully.
Can it be? Can we read it?
Not yet.
And
Alright. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. Kappa, I could use your help.
Kappa's busy tasting melted water, apparently.
Ooh. When he's done tasting the water, I would like your help, Kappa, to melt this ice a little bit faster, and I'll use prestidigitation to warm the ice. I can do it 3 times. Well, I can just keep casting it, so it'll just slowly speed this up while Kappa hopefully it helps me with his flame.
I can firebolt it. I can firebolt it.
Hey,
That's a-
if you just want to
that's a-
hold your fire up to it, we can speed this up a little bit.
It's a cantrip, so it'll be.
That's what I'm using as well. So it's gonna take a while no matter what, but at least we can speed up maybe a few minutes faster.
Okay, let me hit it with firebolt.
All right. So you guys are actively using fiery abilities to try to help melt the ceiling. Kappa, yes, you did hear that the ice in the alcoves, the 8 large pieces of ice, are still cold, but just don't appear to be melting. And then the ceiling is what is melting.
Hey, quick interruption. Are you broadcasting right now?
Yes.
A friend of mine, I'm on YouTube right now and it's not coming up.
I'm on YouTube right now, and it is. What's not coming up?
The video for this episode. I can't see it, and my friend can't see it.
You know what? I bet my dumbass put it as private.
Yeah, because for me it just says waiting for mythical roller.
I don't know that I can change that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt the game. I just happened to
No,
notice.
you're good. You're fine. We'll just